My dear friends, my dear masters, and my dear gods of India and USA and from across the world, my name is Divya Nadimpalli. I'm going to be co-host of this meeting today. We are on the day 3 of this wonderful program, Breath Awake. This program is organized by Pyramid Valley International, which is the headquarters of PSSM, and also with Meditation Magic, which is a Dallas chapter of the PSSM. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I would like to go through the structure of this meeting. We begin the session with meditation for about 40 minutes. We have experience sharing for 15 minutes. We have wisdom sharing for 20 minutes, followed by Q&A. If you have any questions throughout the meeting, please drop in the chat box. We will get it to you during the Q&A session. With this, I would like to invite our meditation master, Shibu. Let's all welcome Shibu. Hi, Shibu.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. All right, day 3, right? In a few days, it'll be day 21. Wow. So let's just do a very, very quick recap. And again, all the folks who have kept their video on, I really appreciate it. Oh, look at that. Folks are turning on their video. Really appreciate that. It's always good to see all those beautiful faces. There you go. Folks, again, as we were mentioning, this is a very, very safe space. So feel free to be open. And yeah, thank you for this. All right, so just let's do a quick recap. Day 1, we looked at the meditation itself, right? Introduction to meditation. We looked into the science of meditation, the benefits which we get from meditation, and some myths, right? Things like, when people say it is very, very difficult, we looked at how easy it is. Now you know because you've been practicing it. The second day, right, we got into the why aspect of it. We said we're going to use breath for meditation. Why is that? There's so many other techniques, right? Why are we using breath for meditation? That's where we went into that, right? To just drill deep into the why aspect of the breath. As Sagar sir was calling it, the art and science of breath. Art and science, because the subjective and the objective part of it, both are equally important there. And again, we've been telling this, I've been talking about this multiple times. Breath is taken for granted, right? Essentially because we don't have to worry about it. It's not a function of the mind, right? But it is time we literally sit up and pay attention to breath, right? That's what this program is all about. Paying attention to breath, becoming the master, right? So let's look at some of the aspects which was covered yesterday by Sagar sir. He talked about the physical aspects of breath, essentially the right type of breathing. What is considered right type of breathing, right? The nasal, the belly breathing, we talked about that. We also talked about the wrong aspects of breathing. Let's not go into that. And then the mindfulness aspects of breath, right? The breath itself, the variations in the breath cycle, the body, the energy fields, right? If you're conscious of it, you'll know the energy field within the body, right? And also the mental aspect of it is thoughts. Then we went into the spiritual scientific aspects of breath, which is essentially, we discussed that breath represents our inner state. And I know we have such an amazing speaker today. You guys are going to love it. We are going into depth into the brain waves and a lot of good stuff today. So it's coming in. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So let's get back to what we covered yesterday and get into the meditation. One thing which I really love the way Sagar sir ended this with a quote, which is essentially, when you're awake to every breath, you're awake to life, right? That to me kind of brings this program together, right? Breath awake. When you're awake to the breath, every breath, you're awake to life. You see the beauty of it, right? That's actually a quote from Pruthvi. So breath is life, literally, right? That's beautiful. Let's give our maximum attention to the breath. Because a lot of people can give you information. But breath we call breath as the guru, because breath can take you there. That's a difference, right? Breath is not a teacher. We call breath the guru. We keep saying that. Actually, before we start meditation, I want to go to another quote from Pruthvi. When you think you are just a physical body, then the paradise is lost. When you understand that you are the soul, paradise is regained. Such a profound statement. Let's understand it, right? We all know, I have a body. This is how we say it, right? I have a body. I have a mind. These are things which I have, my body and my mind, things which I have. But is that me? That's a question we need to ask ourselves, right? So this is the question. As we get into meditation, just want you to go through this quote one more time, and again, just rephrase it, right? When you think you are a physical body, the paradise is lost. And when you understand that you are a soul, then the paradise is regained. The question is, are we ready to expand from what we have to who we are? Again, ready to expand from what we have to who we are. With this, let's start our meditation for today. Again, all the folks have kept the videos on. There's a lot of folks today. So nice to see that. So thank you so much for doing that. So know the procedure. Few folks are wearing glass. We don't need to have glasses anymore during meditation. You can remove that. Sit comfortably, very comfortably. Clasp your hands like this. Or if anybody is having problem with that, you may also keep it like this. Clasping is better since we're creating a circuit. Cross your legs. If you're sitting on the floor, a few folks are. And if you're sitting on the chair, cross your feet. Most importantly, close your eyes. It all starts with relaxation. Let's start by relaxing our body. Be very stable. Get into a stable, comfortable position. Sukhasana. Be very, very comfortable. Take your time. No hurry. No worry. There's nothing to be done at this time. Everything can wait. No hurry at all. There is no hurry. There's no worry. Just scan through your body, head to toe. Full attention on the body. See if there is any tension anywhere. See if you're holding on to something. Your shoulders, eyelids, forehead. Just see if there is any tension anywhere. Let's park our body so we can forget about it. Relax more and more. See if there is any tension anywhere. Relax, relax. Drop all the mental burdens. Everything can wait. Nothing to do at this time. Slowly bring your attention to your normal, natural breath. Ana, Pana, Sati. Your in breath, your out breath. Just be mindful of the breath. There is no need to focus or hold on to anything. Just an observer. Just observe the breath. There is nothing for us to do because breath is happening by itself. Just be with your normal, natural breath. With the understanding of who we are, let's be with our breath. Breath is our guru. If thoughts arise, that is okay. Just come back to breath. Every breath is unique. Every breath is different. Let's be with each and every breath. Just be with the sensations caused by the breath. Be with your breath. Don't try to control or manipulate the breath. Just be with the natural breath. Let's totally be in the present moment. Let's be with our breath. No visualization. If there is a thought, simply come back to the breath. Let's not go with the thoughts. Be with your simple, natural breath. Let's continue being with our breath. Don't go with the thoughts. Just be with your normal, natural breath. Last 5 minutes. Slowly come back to your friends. Again, take your time. No hurry. Slowly unclasp your hands. Take them to your eyes. Place the hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. The big, big smile. Thank you so much, dear friends. Over to you, Divya.
Thank you so much, Shibu. Your voice and your guidance really help us to go deeper into meditation. Thank you so much for doing this for us. Friends, hopefully everyone is out of meditation by now. Now, let's move to the next portion of this meeting, experience sharing session. We have a wonderful master joining us today from Dallas. Her name is Shushma Kebbedoddi. She's an IT professional from Dallas. She has been on the spiritual path for a very long time. But with the regular practice of meditation, of breath meditation, she has reaped and gained various benefits from meditation that has helped her both physically and mentally. She's an avid reader and she has read many spiritual books recommended by Pruthvi and PSSM masters. Experimentation and implementation of various spiritual concepts brought inner transformation in her. Now, she is a certified meditation teacher and she conducts many book clubs and guided meditations. Let's all welcome Shushma Kebbedoddi. Welcome, Shushma.
Thank you, Divya. Am I audible?
You can be louder.
How about now, Divya? Is it okay?
A little bit echoing to me. Shibu or anyone else, please confirm.
Yeah, I think you might want to place the mic a little closer, Sushma. We can hear you. It just it has to be a little
It's
far off.
echoing? Just let me try with this. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, this is good. No, this is good. Don't change anything.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Very clear, very clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is perfect, Shushma. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me, Divya?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Okay, so namaste, everyone. Welcome, India. And good morning, India. And good evening, USA. My name is Sushma. I'm from Dallas, Texas, USA. I'm here today to share my story, my journey since I started practicing meditation, how it has brought wonders and magic into my life. I got introduced to Anapanasati, which is also known as breath meditation, in 2019 at a free 2-hour in-person workshop session. It is organized in our city library in Plano. It is very similar to this breath awake session, organized by Divya, Kalpana and team. It the technique sounded very simple to me, just to observe your breath. And we all did a group meditation for a few minutes. And what made me connected was the simplicity of this technique. Because, all the way I was thinking meditation was something very hard to do and requires, very rigorous practices. And that was one thing which was not my cup of coffee. Because I did make an effort in the past, but for some reason I could not get hold of meditation. I was doing other stuff, yoga, pranayama, but meditation I couldn't get hold of it. Maybe I was not ready as well. But somehow I got convinced and decided to try a 41-day challenge. You know, I to practice 40 minutes of meditation every day and spend a few minutes in self study on spiritual concepts. It could be from a book, a podcast, or a YouTube video. And this 41 day has transformed me, from inside and awakened me. It's like, and after this 41 days, it's like me, but again, it's not exactly me. I became the upgraded version of myself. And within a few days of doing meditation, I became aware of receiving the cosmic energies. And that's when I started to consider this challenge more seriously. And after finishing my first 41-day challenge, I noticed many things happened to me. It's like I practically experienced the benefits of meditation. I was feeling more energetic, eating more consciously. I adapted a plant-based diet. I was finishing all my, normal goals, chores without procrastination. I'm more calm, more aware. Like I was feeling more grateful, sleeping better, and my health symptoms has improved. These are all very subtle at a very small level, but still I could see the difference or transformation in me. And besides all these, I felt very, very happy and joyful. One day on my morning walk, just out of bloom, I felt like I was exploding with joy. And there is no reason, nothing great happened. It's just normal day, and I was experiencing the bliss. Honestly, I don't know why and why that day or why that time. And there is no way for me to explain that experience in words. One should just experience themselves. And that experience made me addicted to meditation. And now meditating every day has become a new habit for me. I don't need to plan or make time for it anymore. It has just become part of me or who I am, and thus my new journey has begun. I fell in love with reading new books, mostly new age spiritual books, and made new friends in the PSSM family with the like-minded people. And within few months, of regular meditation and reading books and attending the wisdom sessions from various PSSM masters on spiritual concepts, my thinking perspective has changed. And I started whatever I learned, practicing and implementing in my everyday life. And like it's you create your own reality. This is like eye opening for me. All the blaming, complaining, judging, which I was doing before, like, life is not fair for me, everyone is mean to me, I had to work hard than others to get certain things, stuff like that. And that situation or that thought process has been slowly replaced by love and compassion. And honestly, I had to work on my thought process step by step, like practicing forgiveness, loving myself more, giving time for myself, practicing gratitude and acceptance. These all has brought great influence on me. And main takeaway for me for being in this path is finding myself, accepting my own self in the first place. And that acceptance has come only through meditation. And I met Patriji for the first time when he visited Dallas in 2019. I consider myself very fortunate enough to have an opportunity to spend few days with him. He is very simple, loving, compassionate person. I mean, everyone knows here about Patri sir, and he's definitely different than other gurus that I have known or imagined myself. Right, we meditated with him. He did some wisdom sessions, and he was answering a lot of master's questions and concerns. And another important thing I wanted to share about him is, like, which surprised me at that time, was he cooked the food himself, and he served all the masters for all the 3 days he was there. It was a very heart touching for me, and understood how the food impacts us at both physical and emotional level. And from that moment I started to cook mindfully, which helped me to advance in this journey. I also wanted to ask him. So I asked him, like, how to convince my kids to practice meditation, who are teenagers at that time and were very reluctant to even give it a try. And he explained me how, we can only educate them but not enforce them. But also he explained the concepts of epigenetics. It's like when we increase our vibration to certain positive higher frequencies, then our surroundings and all the people will start synchronizing to the same frequency. It sounded very interesting to me, and I did more research. Like, when you change the environment for the children, it affects, right, their expression. It changes their DNA and genes, and thus their experiences as well. It was very wonderful for me to gain that knowledge. I experimented, and in few months, to my surprise, we all were sitting and meditating together. Myself, my husband, and my both daughters, who were 15 and 13 at that time. And meditating together has become our new family activity. And slowly, many things changed between all of our relationships, especially towards my daughters. There were fewer and fewer arguments. Of course, there were always disagreements, but we all now have that energy, that patience to discuss with respect in spite of the disagreements. I practiced to show love towards them with no expectations. And they started taking more responsibility for their challenges without complaining. And we became very good friends and started sharing good and bad without judging each other. And this became possible only because of meditation. Right, and whatever free time I get, I just used to uh, spend time in reading books on spiritual science and keep experimenting many concepts I have learned, like, karma, chakras, nadi system, thought patterns, subconscious mind, manifestation, connecting to angels, nature connection, joy, bliss, soul journey, and what not, like so many concepts. Whatever books came to me, I was completely immersed into the books. I had so much joy in reading them. And at one point, I felt like, I don't want to work. I don't want to cook, or I don't want to eat, and I don't want to do any of my normal chores. I didn't have much interest like before. And at that point, this book has come to me. It is Buddha's Wife, right? This book was another big eye opening for me. Most of us, we all know Buddha, right? He left he's a prince, and he left his kingdom, his wife, his newborn child, and to find about the ultimate truth. And he himself got enlightened and gave us a lot of knowledge, right? We all know, but most people don't know that his wife Yashodhara is also an enlightened master. This book talked about the middle path. right? When Buddha left, she has to take care of her baby all by herself. She took care of the palace. She took care of her in-laws and people who are all working for them, and also people in her kingdom. And besides all these, she has been following and practicing Buddha's teachings. She gave support to many people like her, women who has no support because their men in their families, either they were in the war, or they became monks, right? So it could be their husband's son, father, but in the end they all became alone, and they were suffering. And Yashodhara gave that courage, created a support system to help each other, and she teached the spiritual knowledge to lead their lives without suffering. In the end, along with her, so many women and men has enlightened. It was very inspiring to me, and made me understood that how it is very important to be in the middle path, to have a family and experience both materialistic and as well as the spiritual life. So this journey, it's like, every day has become more exciting for me. It could be a rainy day, sunny day, good, bad, boring, stressful, sick, all are okay now. Some desires I could manifest, which is good, and some I could not, which was okay too. Um, as long as I'm doing best, sometimes it's okay, but sometimes I couldn't even give my best, which is okay too. See, nothing is permanent, nothing is coincidental. Every person you come into contact, every experience we have, no matter good or bad, there is an opportunity for us to evolve into a better way. And there is one thing from Deepak Chopra book, it really got stuck into my mind. It's like, God sends each one of us to earth with a very unique gift, which no other person will have it, no other person can do better than that. Our goal is to find that gift, and the purpose of life is to share this gift to others. This really got stuck into my mind, and for my understanding, in the end, like doing service or serving the humanity is the ultimate goal of all the goals. Because of meditation, today I know my purpose for coming to earth, why I have taken this journey to earth. There are no coincidences. Why I have been born to my parents, right? Why I have chosen my spouse, why my children has come to me, why I am into PSSM, why I'm here today in front of here talking with everyone. So this journey for me is like a continuous improvement, right? There is always to learn, and there is always to share. And this all became possible for me through meditation, and only through meditation. Meditation helped me to find my true self, transformed my ordinary life into extraordinary and something magical. And this is all I wanted to share. Thank you all for listening to me. And thank you, PVI and Meditation Magic, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sushma. Really inspiring, especially about the middle path and about the raising kids in a spiritual way, the epigenetic concept. Thank you so much for coming here today. Friends, now we're moving on to the next portion of the meeting. It's a wisdom sharing session by our master. I'm going to invite her. I'm going to introduce her. Today, our speaker is Pruthvi Mahalingapu. She is going to share the concept of states of mind. Pruthvi is a PhD scholar, meditation practitioner, and also a certified Silva Ultra Mind System trainer. Throughout her academic career, she obtained a basic understanding of human physiology and metabolism. Parallelly, she was very fascinated to know about how altered state of mind relieves and heals so-called incurable diseases. This led her to dive deep with her research mind to closely look at the root cause of all the illnesses and the link between the mind and the body. In her research, she has practically witnessed how meditation regulates our endocrine glands and how it decreases our stress hormone levels and improves our sleep by secretion of melanin. So with this, I would like to invite our speaker for today, Pruthvi. Let's all welcome Pruthvi. Hi, Pruthvi, welcome.
Hello, Divya. Thank you so much for that introduction. Am I clear enough?
Yes, Pruthvi, you are.
Yeah, thank you so much. Namaste to everyone. So first of all, I was looking into some of the questions from the last 2 days. What I saw was most of them had questions about sleepiness and mind wandering. Today, it's all about that. We will be talking why we feel sleepy and why we get thoughts while meditating. So I just saw some 3 to 4 people saying that they were feeling sleepy, but how many of you really feel sleepy when you meditate? You can raise your hands or type it as me in the chat box. Yes, I see the hands raising. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, yes, I do feel sleepy. Right. And also, sleepiness is one thing sometimes. Okay. And also, I saw some people yawning while meditating. So let's understand why we feel sleepy and why do we get thoughts while meditating. So to understand how the mind works, let's do a small activity, a mind activity. Are you all ready for it? I would encourage most of you to turn on your videos so that it'll be more interactive. Feel free, not compulsory. So we'll do a small mind activity. This is not meditation. So I request all of you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and just think of any animal in your mind. It can be any animal, but do not think of elephant. Other than elephant, you can think of any other animal. You can think of your favorite animals, that flies, that walks, but do not think of the big elephant. Once done, you can open your eyes and tell me for how many of you the elephant picture just jumped in like this and went. Most of you, right? You can raise your hands and you can say yes in the chat box. Yes. Yeah, I see a lot of people raising your hands. This is very, very common. When you say something not to do, we end up doing that. When you keep something as a secret or hidden thing from the kids, they become more curious to, go and explore it. So when we say meditation is to sit without thoughts, there are n number of thoughts coming in. That's how the mind works. So it's not an obstacle. We need to understand one thing: sleepiness and thoughts are not an obstacle. It is just another experience of meditation. Just like any other thing, it's just an experience. It's not an obstacle. So to understand this and to take it rightly, Shibu, on the day one, he said we need to have a right attitude towards meditation. So right attitude comes to us with right understanding. So today we will understand why we feel sleepy scientifically, and why we get thoughts, and how to see them, with what attitude we should be looking at them. So I'll quickly share my screen. Divya, can you see my screen?
Yes, Pruthvi, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. So today we will be knowing the different states of mind. I would encourage all of you to take the notebook and the pen and make notes of it, because just listening to it, it just vanishes away. Make notes so that it gets impressed in your brain. So in the day, 24 hours of time, we experience different kind of consciousness and different kind of states of mind. So let's understand the science of the brain waves and meditation, and why we experience these different states. So brain waves are like how our heart beats exactly like that. Even the brain beats at a very lower frequency and different frequencies when we are in a different state of consciousness. So this is measured with an instrument called EEG. It is called electroencephalograph, and this was discovered by the psychiatrist named Hans Berger. So initially, when he discovered this instrument, he got to know there are 4 basic brain waves. One is delta, theta, alpha, beta, and the recent one which has been discovered is gamma. So all these 5 brain waves are linked to different states of consciousness that we experience in the daily life. So let's explore. So you can see in this picture a monk being connected with a lot of electrodes, and that is actually the EEG machine. And these are the gamma waves, beta waves, alpha, theta, and delta. So in this chart, you can see that delta, the lowest one, is the lowest frequency which we experience. Above that is theta, alpha, and beta, and gamma. So this is measured in hertz or cycles per second. So why do we have different brain waves? Why isn't it just one? Is the reason because we experience different consciousness from the time we wake up till we go to bed and when we sleep. There are different consciousnesses that we go through, and with each consciousness changing, our brain waves also keep changing. So let's understand each one of them in detail. So the first one is beta. Let's understand this beta, because most of us right now with the waking consciousness, we are in beta frequency, which is between 13 to 30 hertz. So this beta frequency is something that is very much needed for us, where we are awake, and to do everyday things, we actually be in the beta waves. And we have logical minding, thinking mind, and reasoning mind in this beta waves. So beta waves have 2 different wave structures, that is high beta and low beta. Low beta is very essential for all of us, but high beta is associated with stress, anxiety, and restlessness. Whenever we feel that restlessness, we have a very high frequency of the brain, and we feel very stressed out. And in this state of mind, our body produces a lot of stress hormones in the body, and it starts harming us. Our breath becomes faster, our chest muscles contract. So there are so many physiological changes happening when we are in high beta. But low beta is very much needed for everyday activity. And the alpha waves are a deep relaxation. Whenever you go to some vacations on a beach, or when you're just relaxing with a coffee, or when you're making some paintings that you like, you are much relaxed and you are much more present in this moment. So whenever you are present in this moment, you are actually in the alpha waves. So the scientist named Maxwell Cadd, who's a pioneer of EEG, called this alpha waves as the bridge between conscious and subconscious mind. So I'll go back to this frequency. If you see this chart, you will see alpha frequency, the green thing in the middle of the chart, which connects the conscious state. Beta is the conscious state, gamma is the conscious state. Theta and delta are the subconscious and the unconscious. But alpha, it is a bridge. It's a bridge between conscious and unconscious. It is the present moment. Whenever you are here and now, you operate in the alpha frequency, where you have access to both conscious brain and the subconscious mind. So then comes theta. Theta is a lower frequency. And whenever you go to sleep, you first start with theta frequency. And theta is subconscious mind. Whenever you start getting into the sleep, you get into the subconscious mind, and in theta, a lot of creative thoughts come in, and also that is why you get so many dreams. That is all imaginations and visions that you see. And also in theta, body produces a lot of healing hormones. That is the reason why sleep is so vital, because all the rejuvenation and healing of the body happens during the sleep, and that too in the theta frequency. And coming to delta, delta is the deepest sleep, where you don't have dreams, and it is non-REM sleep, they say. It is the non-rapid eye movement sleep, the deepest sleep, and it is the lowest brain frequency. You can see just 0.5 to 4 hertz, where your mind activity is almost nil, and you have no body, no mind experience. You are totally unconscious. It is the deepest sleep. And in this frequency, body produces a lot of growth hormones in the body, which actually repairs and heals the body very deeply. So theta and delta waves are most healthiest waves, which repair and heals the body. That is why we feel so refreshed when we wake up in the morning, because a lot of healing would have happened in the deepest sleep. And interestingly, when a baby is born, and when the baby is in the womb, the frequency that is being seen in the newborns are delta frequencies. And even when a person is about to die, the last brain frequency is seen as delta frequency. So they call this delta as a divine frequency, and it's a connection to the higher self. So this delta is called the collective consciousness or the universal consciousness. In delta frequency, we feel that oneness with others, the collective consciousness. And gamma frequency is something that was recently discovered. It was discovered in the regular meditators, in the monk's brain, where it is the highest frequency from 40 to 100 hertz. So it's called the super consciousness, and you would have seen some of the artists, they are lost in their form of art, and that is called in the zone feeling. So in that zone, there's a rush of insight, there's rush of knowledge and ideas. So most of the scientists get the new thoughts and discoveries in this gamma waves. So all these gamma waves, delta, theta, alpha, and beta, all of these are useful for us in every way. But how are they connected to meditation is our next exploration. So when we meditate, what happens? Why do we feel sleepy? So first you sit in the high beta, where you have lots of thoughts, you're totally restless. When you sit for meditation, you have that monkey mind having so many thoughts around you, and you'll be feeling a little restless. When you get that instruction to watch your breath and be with your breath, the first thing that you do is you start little slowing down, relaxing yourself, and still you will have thoughts. You'll be like, why am I doing this? How is it going to help me? I should not fall asleep. I should not get thoughts. All these things keep running in the mind, but still you start relaxing, because first thing is in meditation is to sit comfortably. Comfort makes you feel relaxed. So your brain waves start lowering a bit from high to low beta. And once you start observing your breath, there will be thoughts, and still you start feeling relaxed. And with little more continuous observation towards the breath will lower your brain frequency, and you have little more focused attention towards your breath, and you will start feeling more relaxed. Relaxation is the first step of meditation. So first you feel relaxed. There will be thoughts, but still the relaxation happens in the body. And then comes the theta. So theta is where you start feeling sleepy. You doze off a little bit. That is absolutely okay and normal. You will be crossing theta frequency when you meditate. When you relax, when your mind and body starts to relaxing and settling down, your brain waves starts going lower. And that's the reason you feel sleepy. So it's absolutely okay. You don't have to judge yourself for feeling sleepy. You just have to enjoy that process. You will still have some thoughts at that time, and it's always good to come back to the breath when you're meditating. And after that, still continuously observing your breath will take you to delta frequency, where you will experience no body, no mind, and you will have a rush of energy flow into your body. You will feel so refreshed, so relaxed, so much energetic, and there will be very less thoughts. That is where delta frequency, the mind ceases as the breath becomes subtler. And once you start observing the subtlest sensation of the breath, even the mind activity goes lower and your brain frequency goes to the lowest possible frequency. And gamma is something like you cross that delta, and once you have that energy flow in your body, you get into gamma frequency. And gamma frequency was most predominantly seen in monks who were practicing loving kindness meditation, where they were emanating the compassion. When they were emanating that feeling of compassion, the brain frequency were in gamma. There was so much of rush of insights, and it's a super conscious state that one experiences when they meditate. So this is just an overview. When you sit for my meditation, you will have a monkey mind. There'll be a lot of thoughts. There'll be continuous thoughts, but you keep observing your breath. You keep coming back to breath, and remind yourself, even if you drift off to sleep, it is absolutely okay. Just come back to breath. There will be flow of energy in your body. Enjoy that. and come back to breath. That's all you need to do. So with this knowledge of brain waves and different conscious levels that we go through, you understand how you work with different consciousness in your day, every day. And whenever you go to bed, before going to bed, your brain waves goes from beta to alpha and then to theta. And when you wake up from the bed, from theta, it comes back to be alpha and then to beta. So these are common experiences. It's not an obstacle. So one thing what I would like to say is, let me stop sharing. Yeah. So sleep is absolutely okay. You don't have to be worrying about that you're sleeping off or you're having too many thoughts. What is most important thing is when you sit for meditation, one suggestion is that take full sleep before coming to meditation. Take good sleep, and also folks from India and from US, it is best if you can take a shower, put on a fresh, comfortable cloth, and then sit for meditation. You'll have a fresh mind. And secondly, the right attitude that I was talking about was have contentment, because you are taking out this time to meditate. That's very, very important. Have that contentment. You have got this big group to meditate with. Group meditations have 10 folds of energy and benefits. So feel that contentment, have that gratitude, and sit with that contentment for the meditation. And secondly, the most important thing is whenever your mind wanders, there is a point where you recognize your mind wandered. That point of recognition is what you need to appreciate, not self-judge yourself, saying that I was lost, I have too many thoughts, or I drifted off. No, you should actually take that moment to appreciate yourself, because that recognition is coming from your unconscious mind. That is the wake up. That is the awakening happening. That is the basic ABCD of the awakening to the breath. So do not judge yourself, even if you're lost in thoughts. That recognition, coming back to breath, appreciate yourself for that wake up and come back to breath and observe your breath. That's all that you need to do. So every experience is absolutely okay. Only thing that you need to remember is enjoying the process. That's all. So happy breath awake to everyone. Thank you so much for listening to me. Over to you, Divya.
Wonderful, Pruthvi. Wonderful, Pruthvi. Wonderful, wonderful session. Thank you so much. I think your session might have cleared many doubts from last few days. People have been asking us. Thank you so much for your time. Friends, this is a time to ask any questions. Please post your questions in the chat. We'll take it to a speaker. Give us a minute, Pruthvi. We have having some questions in the chat.
Sure.
Okay, one question from Subhadra. I have minor rib injury, which is from almost an year, which is not healing completely. I want to heal it through meditation. So these regular meditation will help me, or do I need to do something else?
What I would suggest is definitely medical assistance would be needed, but healing will definitely happen through meditation. And what I would suggest is healing is a byproduct of meditation. It's not the reason that we need to meditate. Healing will naturally happen. So let that not be the only reason for your meditation. Healing will happen. Take the assistance of medical whatever is necessary, and keep meditating. Meditation will definitely heal you, and it'll actually take your healing to a higher level if you keep meditating regularly.
Thank you, Pruthvi. We have one person who has raised her hand. Lakshmi Sandhya. Please turn on a video and you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. I think I forgot my question, but I just remembered based on the states that we just got from Pruthvi. That was so useful, Pruthvi. Thank you so much for that information. And Shibuji and Divya. And I have one question. Like, so as you said, so once we go into no body and no mind, so the next level we just get some people coming and going whom we have never met and all. So though I don't pay attention, so what do you call that state as? Is it, as per you, is it a gamma or between the gamma and
So you mean to say you get some visions of people?
yeah, somebody whom I have never met, and some pyramid, and it will just be in for not even for fraction of seconds it will be, and suddenly it goes away and something comes up, and so what is that state? Am I aware or conscious or not conscious?
Yeah, the visions that you see is another experience of meditation. So these states are just to understand that we go through these states. So we don't have to actually bother which state am I in when I have vision or not. You don't have to bother about all those things.
Yeah. Okay.
You just have to just enjoy it. You have vision, just see it, don't judge it, don't analyze why I'm getting those visions. Just see and come back to breath. That's all you need to do. You don't have to this whatever information we have given is only for understanding what happens when we meditate. So it's not to analyze when I got vision, in which state am I in. So if you get into analysis, you are
Yeah.
activating your mind. So
Yeah.
the whole process of meditation is to quiet the mind. So let's not get into analysis. Let's just enjoy anything that comes in meditation.
Okay. So, like during that vision, also, like I won't be conscious actually. So, that is
Okay.
one thing. And I don't know whether it's the right platform to ask. I also started meditation during the COVID itself, after my dad passed away during that time. So, that triggered me to know more about myself and what happens after death and whatever it is. But recently, after 2 years of most of the time I do meditation whenever I don't have peace of mind. I do that, but recently I get sharp pressure or something here my uh, near my forehead, but still I try to do it. It just goes away in couple of seconds and comes back, but though I don't pay attention much. But is it like it's going to be there throughout, or I have to live with it, or I don't know how to take that, so just do keep doing it.
Your question is you have some pressure here. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't get your
pressure.
question.
Yeah, I feel some pressure sometimes near my
So
forehead.
usually what happens is when you're focusing on your breath, you have that pressure coming up here. So
Yeah.
that's very quite common. Just keep watching it, and if you just keep watching it, it goes away. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Pruthvi, one more question from the chat.
Yes.
One second, Pruthvi. Yeah, the question is from Nima Sriram. please share some tips on how to do meditation over certain topic to get some clarity. So I think they meant to ask any particular situation that's happening in their life to get some clarity.
Yeah, here we are doing breath meditation. So all we need to do is the basic steps: cross your leg, clasp your hands, close your eyes, sit comfortably, and watch your breath. That's all you need to do. Everything else will happen here. In fact, there's one book called Molecules of Emotions, written by Candice Pert. She's a psychiatrist, she is a scientist. So she has done studies on emotions, a lot of molecules and peptides of emotions. And when she became very fascinated about these studies, and when she studied meditators, she saw a huge difference in meditators and the normal people. So she started to meditate. And she said that when she sat for meditation, she used to get the vision of her father being on the deathbed, and all the emotional traumas that she had gone through. So everything was coming out when she sat for meditation. So, when you just be with your breath, a lot of things happen by itself. She said that meditation just brought a lot of emotions which were hidden within her, which was a very heavy baggage within her. It just came to the surface and she let that go away through meditation, just by observing her breath. So you don't have to worry about what topic you need to be meditating, what kind of things you need to be working on. Just observing your breath, being conscious about your breath is enough, because breath is our guru and it will take care of everything. Whatever we need to let go, it will help us to let go. Whatever we need to learn, it will help us to learn. So it will give us knowledge, it will give us wisdom, it will give us love. So just be with your breath. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Pruthvi. We'll take one last question before we end the call. I think Ashok Mittal ji, I think he raised his hand. Kindly unmute. You can ask your question.
Thank you very much for these wonderful sessions. First of all, Divya ji, and thank you for today's experience sharing at this. Actually, I am connected with the Pyramid Valley because of Shreya's Daga's program. So I am going to attend the retreat. As far as today's my question is that I am attending Divine Light Healing program also, and they say that if I have intention, and then in intention of that golden light is coming in my body and healing me and helping, and so one side it is an intention, and the other side is being with the breath. So calming our mind. No, there should not be any intention. There should not be any thought. So how both can be correlated? How both get connected? One is intention, that is a thought, and the other is when I be with the breath, then there is no thought.
Right.
So I'm confused, slightly confused.
That's a beautiful question, Ashok Mittalji. And you're an inspiration. I see you from all 3 days. You're on the cam and taking notes. So thank you so much for being with us. So Ashokji, that's a beautiful question. So intention is very important. Setting an intention will actually help you to manifest better and to have things that you want in your life. So setting your intention, let that be just before starting your meditation. When you sit for meditation, have that intention first. Just think of your intention, feel it, and then drop the expectation and sit for meditation with your breath. When you watch your breath, do nothing, you're dropping the expectation of your intention, of that desire coming to you. That's the actual signs of manifestation. So you have intention, but you're not attached to the desired outcome. That happens when you are in the present moment with this breath. So that is where you will quiet your mind, you will quiet your desires, you will quiet that expectation of outcomes, and you have that pure intention of manifesting it.
Thank you very much. You have given a beautiful reply to, and my doubts are clear. But I request, because I am going in the retreat in January to Pyramid Valley, Bangalore. How can I get more connected? Because I have also started my own research. I am now 70 years old, 70. So I am also on the spiritual journey. So I want to be more connected with persons like you and Divya ji and the Madam Shushma. She has experience. So how can I do it? I want to know. Or when I will come in January to Pyramid Valley, I will definitely take the blessings of the masters. So please help me. I want to be more connected.
We would be glad to be part of with you, to associate with you, Ashokji. So definitely one of our volunteers will get in touch with you, and
Thank you.
we can be connected always. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So nice of you.
Thank you so much, Pruthvi, for answering all the questions very patiently. And friends, we are past the time today, 10 minutes past whatever allotted time we have. So any other questions? We have a Telegram group, especially for this program, for the 21 days. So please join the Telegram group, and you can post your questions there. We'll be answering it offline. So thank you. With this, we would like to show our master slide and end the call. Thank you, Shibu. Thank you, Pruthvi. And thank you so much, Sushma, for joining today. And thank you all the participants for being here with us today. We'll see you all tomorrow with a different topic.
Janana janana tanana tanana tom. Janana janana tanana tanana.
Welcome to the Pyramid Valley International, Bengaluru, India. The pyramid is meant for meditation. It has got the high energies. Enjoy the high energies of the Maitreya Buddha pyramid and the serene circumstances of this valley. Spiritual science is the basis for all other sciences. In spiritual science, we understand that we are all gods, come here of our own accord onto this earth planet to see that the earth planet becomes a heaven and not a hell. How we can transform this hell into a heaven, that is the subject matter of spiritual science. And masters of spiritual sciences are the experts in spiritual sciences. Meditation is the doorway for enlightenment. Enlightenment is the doorway for welfare, health, wealth, well-being, and joys in life. Meditation is the foundation of spirituality. Spirituality is the superstructure built on the foundation of meditation. Everybody should dedicate a couple of hours every day for meditation, every day. As we dedicate our life to meditation, we become a source of inspiration, joy, energy to everybody around, everything around, every being around. We emanate energy. We want to see the whole world become a joyful place for every being, every animal being, every plant being, every mineral being. That is the duty of every human being, to provide joy and energy to every other being.